In life, there is no such thing as a high value or low value man. There are only those who make mistakes and those who make them far less often. You see, all men are created equal, and it is nothing other than their behavior or the choices that they make that determines whether or not they look and feel high value. What you're about to learn is one sneaky thing that men do that demonstrates what you might call high value, or one mistake that you can avoid making that causes so many problems for men every single day. And when you hear what this is, you will be super shocked and surprised because it is so simple yet so incredibly powerful and important. Now do me a favor and think about the last time that you were playing a video game. Now think about that level that you just couldn't seem to beat no matter how hard you tried. During this time, it probably felt like the entire universe was out to get you for the singular purpose of stopping you from beating that level. And you probably played that level for hours and hours with no luck. And eventually you gave up and you went and did something else. Every day, all around the world, guys meet a girl that they like, and like the level in the game, they keep trying to get her to like them. Some guys will try bragging, but that never works, so then they try buying her gifts, but that doesn't seem to work either. And lo and behold, it actually works a little bit, and just like in a video game, they progress a little bit further towards beating the game, or accomplishing their end goal. But eventually they plateau, and the progress stops. So what happens is they give up, but then a year or two later, they randomly cross paths with this girl again, and this time, things seem to go their way without them even trying very much. And what happens is they think back to the first time that they met this girl and how difficult it was and how they weren't making any progress. And it almost doesn't seem real how easy things are going for them this time around, and it almost feels like magic. Now one of the most powerful advantages that you can have is something called timing. If you look at any Hollywood movie where the good guy defeats the bad guys, what would you say is the most important thing that needed to occur for this to happen? What do you think would have happened if Thanos was given just a few extra seconds to flick his little gauntlet? What do you think would have happened if the quarterback would have thrown the ball a half second earlier, or maybe a half second too late? Nobody ever talks about this, but timing is a part of one thing that many men do differently, and once you understand how and why this works, it can dramatically change your life for the better. In life, you could get everything else right, but if your timing is off, all of the effort, all of the hard work that you put in might be for nothing. In the case of the universe itself, if things had been off by just a millisecond, then everything we see when we look up into the sky at night would not be there. Timing, when it comes to anything, is everything. There is always a right time and a wrong time for everything. When I cook a pizza, if I leave it in the oven for just a minute or two too long, the crust ends up getting super hard and too crispy for me to eat. The next time that you meet someone, you might be the most interesting guy in the world, but if they're in a bad mood and the timing is off, then they simply won't like you. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how do you know when the timing is right? And the answer to this question might seem obvious, but it is something that you can only learn through experience. Spend enough time around people, and eventually with enough experience, you will know when it is the right time. But there is something that is just as important as timing itself, and it's knowing when to take a break. All of those times when you were trying to beat your favorite video game and you got stuck, what ended up happening was you took a break and you came back, and it for some reason ended up being super easy to beat the level that you were stuck on. And you were probably embarrassed thinking about how much trouble you had with it before. In life, there will be things that we want to achieve, or people that we want to like us, or opportunities that we want to make work. And men who make less mistakes, or those who are perceived by others as having what you would call high value, are those who've got their timing right, and those who know when it is time to take a break. These are men who know when it's time to take a break from a friend, or a relationship, or a video game, or even a business idea. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, when you feel like you are plateauing, it is time to take a break rather than continuing on with little to no results. And doing this will allow you to achieve better results, not just in your relationships, but pretty much everything else in life. And this has been one sneaky thing that only high value men do. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.